Shalom, shalom. We are the disciples of Yahushua. We come on here day in and day out, teaching that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the original Jews of the Bible. Now there's a reason why you see brothers like me dressed in these garments and reading out of the Bible on the street corners. There's a reason why we're out here doing this exact same thing. It is because we are commanded by Christ to come out and teach to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. What does it mean to be lost? What it means to be lost is not knowing your heritage. What it means to be lost is not knowing your nationality. What it means to be lost is saying that I'm black American. Those are proverbs and bywords. Every other nation of people on this earth, they know who they are. The Chinese man, he knows that he's from China. The Japanese know that they're from Japan. The Arabs know that they're from Arabia. The Africans know that they are from Egypt. But the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we only say that we are from America. We don't know our nationality, nor do we know the things that we used to do prior to slavery. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. So, the law, statutes, and commandments that's in this Bible, it can heal a lot of the plagues that are in the black, Hispanic, and Native American community, such as a brother having an evil eye toward his brother. If you have an evil eye towards your brother, if you want to kill the next man that looks just like you, how can you say that you love God when that black man, that who you hate so much, he is in the image of the Almighty power? If you hate a black man that much who you see, then how can you love God who you cannot see? The law, statutes, and the commandments in the Bible can fix what is wrong with the 12 tribes of Israel who are the lost sheep. Now, the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother. Verse 5, these 12 Yahushua sent forth and commanded them, saying, go into the way of the Gentiles, and into the city of the Samaritans, enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now Yahushua was very clear on who this doctrine was to be taught to. Yahushua was very clear on who he wanted this doctrine to be taught to. The Gentiles are the other nations. The Gentiles are your Caucasians. The Gentiles are your Arabians. The Gentiles are your Africans. The Gentiles are your Asian, Japanese, and Chinese. Anyone who was not of a quote-unquote black, Hispanic, and Native American descent, if you do not come from the 12 tribes of Israel, you are a Gentile. So Christ, he told the disciples, don't teach this word to the other nations, because the other nations, they got their culture, language, and customs. But teach the laws in his Bible To the people that have been enslaved to the point where they lost their culture, their heritage, and their customs. They are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And teach unto them that even though America may seem that it's okay, that it's never going to fall, you are living in the era where you will see the beginning of the fall and the collapse of America. Verse 7, and as ye go, preach saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Yahushua was very clear on who he wants this doctrine taught to. Christ don't want everyone to hear this doctrine. This doctrine, these laws in the Bible are not for the Arabs. These laws in the Bible are not for the whites. These laws in the Bible are not for the Chinese. These laws in the Bible are not for the Japanese. Why? Each and every one of those nations I just named, they got their own laws, their own customs, their own heritage that they follow. And they can tell you where they are from. But the 12 tribes of Israel, we're lost. We're running around like chickens with their head cut off because we know not who we are. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. We are the original Jews of the Bible. Every other nation on this earth, the Chinese, Arabian, African, Japanese, Chinese, they know their heritage, culture, language, customs, and laws. But black people, we keep the holidays that the slave masters of our ancestors passed on to them, generations after generations. We keep the pagan holidays. Blacks and Hispanic people, it's time to wake up, and it's time to come to your true nationality, that you are a Jew, that you are a Hebrew, that you are the chosen of the Lord. Because of our disobedience, we're running around here calling ourselves Arabian, African, Egyptologists. The Muslims in Arabia, how come they don't give the same greeting that they give their people to black people who practice Islam? How come? Because they know that the blacks in America, that they are the original Jews. We gotta come back to our heritage. Thus says the Lord. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, because of our disobedience. Now, every other nation, whether it be white, Arabian, African, Chinese, and Japanese, they know their culture, they know their language, they know their nationality. But as far as the blacks who've been enslaved by the English settlers, the Hispanics who've been enslaved by the conquistadors, the Native Americans who've been slaughtered on the reservations, who've been slaughtered and picked on reservations, right? Our heritage, because of our disobedience to God, He discontinued us from our heritage. The laws in this Bible are for, shalom sis, the laws in this Bible are for got the white Jews, the white people with the black hats that live in Israel. They are not the original biblical Jews. They're trying to do what you should be doing. We are discontinued from our heritage because we love to sin. We love to be homosexuals. We love to commit idolatry. We love same-sex marriages. We love fake religions. And we love bowing down to idols. We discontinued that from our heritage. The prime example of the children of Israel being discontinued from their heritage. When a man don't know his heritage, he cleave and he cling on to any other people whom he thinks he belongs to. Notice, you'll never see a traditionalized Chinese Muslim. You'll never see that. Chinese, Arabian, African, they know their nationality, customs, cultures, and language. Black people, we don't know that. Hispanic people, we don't know. Native American people, we don't know. Our heritage, customs, nationality, we do not know. So because we do not know our heritage, we convert to Islam, we convert to Christianity, we convert to spirituality. A lot of idolatry and wickedness. Now, the Jews are different shades of brown. There's history stating that white men, white scholars, prove that the Jews live in the urban and the rural areas. That the Jews, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans live in the suburbs and the ghettos. But y'all think it's a game. You think it is a lie. But the Jews, we are black. And Christ, he is a black man from the tribe of Judah. Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground. And the cry of Jerusalem is going up. The kingdom of Israel was split into two kingdoms. You have the southern kingdom, which is Judah, the Negroes, Benjamin, the West Indians, and Levi, the Haitians. These three tribes, the southern kingdom of the nation of Israel, they went through the transatlantic slave trade. And they were brought over here on slave ships to be slaves, to be sold on auction blocks. $500 for 3 choice Negroes that inhabit to the white man who's claiming to be a Jew. But it was prophesied in his book that the real original Jew that would be sold on auction blocks for slave men and slave women. Judah, mourning. We are in mourning. We have no protection. We have no security. We have no police force. Any other race can come in our neighborhoods and do whatever they want. And what do? Hold up signs and march. We have no government. We're mourning because of the pain that we go through on a daily basis. Our gates are languished. We have no protection. There's no one to protect us as a nation of people. The people who we vote for, they're not out for our best interests. They're in it for the dollar bill. They're in it to make themselves fat and wealthy with the richest of the 12 tribes of Israel who are ignorant. Our black leaders have failed us. But you know what? Even though the Jews do not have any protection, even though the black leaders of the Jews, they traded on them. The Jews, the original Hebrews of the Bible, the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people, they are black unto the ground. And the cry, the prayers of the 12 tribes of Israel in the ghettos have gone up unto the Lord, and the Lord will not hold his tongue anymore concerning the wickedness of his people and the wickedness of these heathens. Now there's a reason why the 12 tribes of Israel, men on the corners, dressed in these garments, there's a reason why we're out here. For one, we're out here for the black, Hispanic, Native Americans who do not know their nationality. If you ask a white man where he is from, that white man either going to tell you he's from Europe, Ireland, Scotland. But if you ask a black person, they'll tell you they're from Africa. Which part of Africa are you from? Are you just saying you're from Africa because you done heard that the Jews were taken from Africa? The Jews were taken from Africa. But just because we were taken from Africa, that does not mean that we are from Africa. Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shout, my people, their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So, the 12 tribes of Israel, we gotta cry aloud, be on these corners. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up our voices like a trumpet and shout the Lord's people, their transgressions, and the house of Jacob, their sins. That is what we have to cry aloud for. To show the Lord's people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. A lot of people don't know what sin is. A lot of people claim they love God, but they are liars. The truth is not in them. If you say you love God, and you rebel against anything that God wants you to do, you are a liar. You don't love God. You do not love God if you do not obey his laws. The Lord, the Most High, He has a sense of humor. Every nation on this earth. The Chinese know that He's from China. The Japanese man know that He's from Japan. The Arabian know that He's from Iraq, Pakistan, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan. But the Lord likens the 12 tribes of Israel unto those who are dumber than animals. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. The ox knoweth his owner. Now, I'm going to put that in today's term, in today's language, so that we can understand. Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3 says that the ox knows its owner. Says that the ox knows who its owner is. The ox is an animal. Now, let's say if you got a dog, and if you train your dog, say if you got a dog, and if you train your dog knows that you're its owner because you trained your dog up. So now your dog knows that it's your pet, and your dog also knows that you're its owner. And the ass is a donkey. The donkey knows where its master's crib. The donkey knows where its home is. But the Lord likens us to these two dumb animals. Even though the ox knows who its owner is. Even though your dog knows that you're its owner. Even though the ass knows where its home is. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they don't ever consider and think, maybe, I might be from the 12 tribes of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel. They never consider that they are the original Jews of the Bible. The 12 tribes of Israel. They never consider that they are the original Jews of the Bible. They rather consider and think that they're Islam, Christian, Baptist, Pentecostal. The 12 tribes of Israel, they want to cling unto any other religion that they think that is wrong, but they never consider who they truly are. Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 3, the ox knoweth his owner. So, if you buy a dog and if you train your dog up, your dog is going to know that you are its owner. If your dog runs away, your dog is going to know how to find its way back to its master's home. But the children of Israel, we don't even consider that we are God's chosen people. We want to move away from the Bible, all because pastors in these churches, they have not been teaching us what they are supposed to be teaching us. So, how is it that your dog, which is an animal, knows that you're its owner? How is it that your dog knows how to find his way back home if he escapes? But you do not even know that you are the 12 tribes of Israel, that you are the original Jews of the Bible, that you are God's chosen people. We don't consider that. You say, maybe I'm Arabian, maybe I'm African. We are the 12 tribes of Israel, the original Jews of the Bible. Isaiah chapter 8 and verse 20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. The pastors in these churches, they never bring out the law, statutes, and the commandments in the Bible. The pastors in these churches, they never bring out how we are supposed to keep the commandments of God. Why? Because the Spirit of the Lord is not on them. They lie to the Lord's children. They take their money. People, they leave the Christian church. They go and they cleave unto Islam because they think that is the right way. But it is not. It is not. Islam belongs to the Arabians. How come the same greeting that the Arabian men give the Arabian women, how come they don't greet black men and black women in Islam the same way? If I practice something, if I'm going to practice something, and then a people give me a half-ass greeting and not the full greeting, that is something that I don't want to be in. So, the law, statutes, and the commandments, it can cure the atrocities and the death that's happening in the black community. Brothers hating each other. Brothers hating each other. It is a curse. If you say that you love God, but if you out here killing and hating on the next black man that look like you don't love God. Because you hate the man that is made in God's image. You hate God. Simple as that. Instead of hating your brother, come and stand beside your brother for the greater cause. Instead of hating your brother, do the work of the Lord to raise up more brothers. Heathens, they even know who we are. Heathens, they know who we are. I keep it.
Remember the conversation we had before, right? We see each other?
That's you, but that's true.
You remember the conversation? You remember?
God loves you. You are King David. Liberty.
Remember, right? When we last spoke, you said that you were going to bow down to God, right? He said you were going to bow down to God if I show you in the Bible, right?
I did last night.
You got to do it now.
Yeah. there's a whole congregation there.
All right, go ahead.
But you too, I'm both boys. Got to start dating and everything before you?
Yeah.
I love you. Okay, what's the name? I'm trying to get you Jews.
If you hate your brother that you see every day, then you hate God. You don't love God. Because if you want to love God, then that means you will love your brother. First John chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. Now, this is out of the Bible. If you say that you love God, but if you kill another black man for no reason, if you hating on another black man for no reason, if you're trying to sabotage another black man or a woman's life to harm them for no reason, you don't love God, but you hate God. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? If you say that you love God, but if you kill your brother, you bicker back and forth to start violence with your brother, you don't love God, but you hate God. Hey, the truth is not in you. And this commandment have we from whom? That he who loveth God loveth his brother also. So, if you love God, love your brother. If you love God, love your brother and your sister. Loving your brother and your sister goes a long way. Correcting one another when you see that we're going off. We can't just say that we love God and hate our brother. If we say we love God and then we hate our brother, then we're liars. The truth is not in us. If we hate another black man or black woman, you don't love God. You're a hypocrite. You think you love God, but you do not. If you love God, then you will love another black man that look like you. You would treat him as a brother instead of an enemy. Even though y'all might have different last names, I love you like I love myself. If you love God, then you will love your brother. 1 John chapter 3 and verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Don't just say that you love God and hate your brother in the same breath. Don't just say that you love God and remain to be disobedient to his commandments. You cannot say that you love God and disobey his commandments. If you do, you are a hypocrite and you do not love God. So we love God, we gotta prove that we love the Lord by being obedient. If you want to prove to God that you love him, and if you want God to know for sure that you love him, you gotta prove to him by your actions. 1 John chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. If you say you love God and hate your brother, you don't love God. But if you say that you love God and you love your brother, then you are in the right spirit. We cannot say that we love God and hate our brother or our sister. If you love God, prove to God that you love him. If you love God, help out the less fortunate of your people. If you love God, pick up your brother and your sister when they're low. Because if you hate them, then you hate God. If you hate the people that look like you, you hate God. If you love the people that look like you, you love God. To love God is to obey his commandments. Obedience to the Lord's laws are what is required of us. Obedience to God's laws are what is required of us. If we love God, if we say that we love God, if you hate your brother that look just like you, you are a liar and you do not love God. Now, Jesus Christ, he says that the laws of God are not done away with. The laws of God are for God's people, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. If you are not of the 12 tribes of Israel, Christ is not for you. God does not love you. If you say you love God and you hate a black man or a black woman, you do not love God. If you say that you love God and you are disobedient to his law, you do not love God. Now Jesus Christ, a black man, he even says that the laws of God are not done away with. The laws of God are required of the black man, woman, Hispanic man, woman, and child, Native American man, woman, and child. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 17, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. Christ, he spoke. He said, don't think that I came to destroy the laws of God. Don't think that I came to do away with what the prophets were teaching. The prophets were teaching that the 12 tribes of Israel should obey the laws of God. Christ did not come to do away with their teachings, but Christ came to fulfill every prophecy that was foretold of him in the Bible. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law till all be fulfilled. Meaning this, as long as you are alive, as long as you look up and you see heaven, which is the sky, as long as you walk on earth, the Lord requires you to keep his commandments. As long as you're living on the earth, the Lord requires of you to keep his laws. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. The same. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. The pastors in these churches, they have a duty. Their duty is to teach the 12 tribes of Israel the law, statutes, and the commandments of God, so that they can get into the kingdom of heaven. But, so because these pastors are not teaching the commandments of God to the 12 tribes of Israel, these pastors, they will not get into the kingdom of heaven, nor their followers will get into the kingdom of heaven. These pastors, they don't teach the Lord's children what they need to know, but they teach the Lord's children to give 10% of tithes. They make themselves fat with the riches of the Lord's ignorant children. So, because they do these things, they will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. But those who keep the commandments and teach are the Hebrews to keep the commandments. They will have a position in the kingdom of heaven. So the laws of God are easy to apply to your life. It is not hard to follow God. It is just us who make excuses. I don't want to follow God. We want God to accept us the way that we are. We want God to accept us being wrong. We want God to accept us being homosexuals. We want God to accept us being idol worshipers. God will not accept that. The Lord will not accept you being disobedient to his commandments. A simple law for the men. For the men. For the real Jews of the Bible.
What I'm trying to say is that
It is very simple to apply the laws of God to your life. Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 27.
Say anything.
Ye shall not
Say something else.
round the corners of your head,
Don't fucking say anything.
neither shalt thou mark the corners of thy beard. So the men, if you're black, Hispanic, and Native American, you are a Hebrew Israelite. You are a Jew. It is in your blood. The law states that men, if you can grow a beard, you are not allowed to shave off your beard, nor are you allowed to shape up your beard. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 10. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. If you go behind your brother's back and you have sex with his woman, you have committed adultery. And that is sin according to the Lord, which is punishable by death. These laws of God are not hard to follow, but it is us who make excuses. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 12. And if a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. Now let's say if you got a son, and if your son got a girlfriend or got a wife. Now if the father sleeps with the son's wife, which is his daughter-in-law, both of them was commanded to be put to death. That is a law that is punishable by death. A father-in-law sleeping with his daughter-in-law. Now we see a lot of that in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American communities. Black fathers sleep with the woman, the girlfriends or the wives of their sons. And in his Bible, that is punishable by death. The laws in the Bible are what's going to fix the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. A lot of incest going on, a lot of females getting raped by uncles, fathers, nephews, cousins. And it gets unheard of. It doesn't get talked about. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lies with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. If a man lay down with another man, as he would lie down in the bed and have sex with a woman, that man and that other man, that man and that other man that committed the homosexual act, they will be put to death by the Lord. We see a lot of that going on. Now, the 12 tribes of Israel, we are a destroyed nation of people. We don't know our nationality, and we don't know who we are. But if you ask a white man where he's from, they'll be able to tell you whether he's from Ireland, Spain, Britain, Ukraine, or Russia. But if you ask black people, I'm from Africa. Well, which part of Africa are you from? They don't even know. The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God. I will also forget thy children. The 12 tribes of Israel, we are destroyed, nation of people, because we do not know how to serve God. We want to serve the Lord the way that we want to serve Him. We want to serve God the way that we want to serve God. Because we don't know any laws, we are destroyed. So, the Lord is pleading for us that we come back to His laws, statutes, and commandments. The Lord is constantly pleading with black people, Hispanics, Native Americans. We are the only ones who don't know our nationality. We are the only people who don't know who we are. If you ask a black person what is their nationality, they're going to say they're black. That's sad. Real sad. But the Lord is constantly pleading with the 12 tribes of Israel to come back unto who they are. We are the Lord's chosen people. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are the original Jews. The original Jews live in the ghettos. The original Jews live in the suburbs. The original Jews don't know that they are the original Jews. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 11. Say unto them, as I live, saith the Most High, I have no pleasure in the death of the wicked, but that the wicked turn from his way and live. Turn ye from your evil ways, for why will ye die, O house of Israel? The Lord is constantly pleading with the 12 tribes. The Lord is saying, why will you die, O nation of Israel? Why will you continue to serve the Lord the way that you want to serve Him? Why will you continue to not come to your heritage or your culture? It is not hard to keep the commandments of Yahweh, but it is only us who make excuses. But with that being said, we are the disciples of Yahweh Shai. We come out here day in and day out, teaching that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the original Jews of the Bible. And that if you do not begin to be obedient to the commandments of God, you will die a horrible death of a sinner. So with that I say, Shemai, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Yahweh, Yahweh, Akkad. That is, here, O Israel, Yahweh, our power. Yahweh is one. Shalom.